What is up, everybody? It's your boy back with another one here at work. It's Saturday morning, and your boy is getting the store ready. Just put out the phones, just logged in, did everything I had to do in the front. Now I'm just waiting for the safe to open to be able to get the money out, right? And it's crazy. It's lovely on a Saturday because we don't got to do all the inventory stuff. We don't got to do none of that. But of course, I do check to make sure that we have like the phones we need and everything. And yeah, I've already done all that. But right now, I'm giving y'all an update because I think in the last vlog I recorded, I let y'all know that I had switched over to the 17 Pro. And here's my thoughts of it so far. It's a good phone. I ain't gonna lie. It's a really good phone. This has come from a guy that obviously buys and sells phones. Like, I've tried out the S24 Ultra. I tried out the, Z Fold 6, the Z Fold 7, 16 Pro Max. I've tried out a 15 Pro Max, test out the 16 and the 15s and all that. And I've tested out all kinds of phones. And right now I can tell you, like, right now I'm holding my phone just like normal. And I got that front, landscape mode going on right now. Like, you can record just like I'm recording with your front facing camera. And I'm going to tell you that's very convenient because before I would struggle to, where should I place my phone? Which hand? How should I carry it? Because there was times where I would hold it a certain way and the camera would, not the camera, but the microphone would be covered and I wasn't getting good audio. So now it's like the way I hold my phone, the microphone's always exposed. So it's not being blocked no more. Obviously the color I got the orange color, got a case on it now, got a screen protector. And with all that on there, this phone is still pretty lightweight. Because, the phone I had before, I believe I was using the bigger phones, like the pluses, the ultras. And right now I'm using this phone because I was using a regular, like, I think a 15 Pro for a little bit, like a regular size 15 Pro for a little bit. And then of course I switched to like a 14 and then a 14 Plus. And when I was using the 15 Pro, I was like, this phone is really light. I've never ever thought about using the smaller Pros before. Because I always had the Pro Max, and of course, y'all know I had the S24 Ultra for a while. Then I had the Z Fold 7 for a little bit. All really good phones, really amazing phones. But right now, with the lightweight of the 17 Pro and what I liked from the 15 Pro, like the size of it, it fits easy in my pocket. It's like very convenient to use now because it's lighter and I can do everything I need to do with it. And I liked it so much, I was like, you know what? I want to get a second phone because my secondary phone was the S25 FE, and I was like, I want to stick with an Android on my second number. So for a few days, I was debating between getting a Samsung phone, either like the S25, and if I was going to spend a lot of money, might as well get the S25 Ultra. But I was just like going back and forth, doing some research. And the craziest thing happened. I was like, you know what? I want to get a second phone, but I don't want to get a big phone. Like, that was my thought. I was like, I've already had, like I said, the Ultras, Pro Maxes, like big phones. And I'm liking the convenience of having a smaller phone. So I was looking between the S25, another iPhone 17 or 17 Pro, and a phone that completely caught me off guard. And I'm going to tell you which one it is. I ended up getting, out of all the phones I was looking at, I ended up getting the Google Pixel 10 Pro. Like, I decided to get this one because it just looks like my 17 Pro in a lot of ways. It's lightweight, has like really great cameras, and I ain't gonna lie, like I've had it for a day and I'm amazed by it. I've already recorded a video off of it. I recorded a TikTok video for the North Texas Wrestling TikTok page, and of course, the Facebook and everything. And not gonna lie, the front facing camera was amazing. When I recorded the video, it adapted really well to the light I was using. Of course, when I recorded with my Rode wireless microphones, I had the gain like -18. So, obviously that was probably an issue. But when I recorded without a microphone yesterday, I was recording my brother's dog and his cat. They were like the dog was barking at the cat and the cat was just sitting there. I can tell that, the microphone and everything is good. I just probably need to mess with the gain on my wireless mics. So the overall quality of the video I recorded after I edited in Adobe Premiere, it was amazing. Like, it was a really good quality video, and it was a really good quality audio once I was able to edit and, enhance the audio and everything. And it was exactly what, I needed, right? Because when I'm recording videos and stuff, I need to be able to have good quality videos come out, and they need to sound good so people could hear me clearly. Like right now, I'm not using anything on the 17 Pro. I'm just using the microphone that's installed into the phone, and hopefully it sounds good. But it's just crazy how, like, I've always seen the Google Pixels, and people have told me like, hey, the Google Pixel is a good phone, has really good cameras and everything. And when I went to AT&T the other day to ask one of the reps, I was like, hey, which phone would you decide to get, an Ultra or a Google Pixel? And the guy looked at me, he's like, well, I use the Ultra. And I was like, but honestly, like, if you had to pick between those two phones, which one would you pick? He was like, man, they both do really good stuff. Obviously, the S Pen, the size of the Ultra, the 100 times zoom and everything like that, the battery life, all of that is great, right? But I was like, but if you had to pick between the two, which one would you pick? He was like, honestly, if I had to go with one, I would probably lean more towards in 1 second. All right, got that open. All right, so he told me, he was like, honestly, if I had to pick between the two phones, I would go for a Google Pixel Pro. Like, honestly, that's my opinion, because the AI feature in this thing is amazing. I took a picture last night, and I purposely put a bag in front of something I was, taking a picture of. And I wanted to test out, how it looks if I were to tap on that bag and remove it. And it was like the bag was never there. And of course, it had its flaws because I moved something else out the way in the same picture, and it didn't come out as, great as I thought. But, when it's like objects that are like really shouldn't be there, it does really well. But it's like, it's only in certain situations, like, because I took a picture of my TV stand, and behind the TV stand is like the American flag and the Mexico flag. And I put a bag in front of the American flag, and when I clicked the bag to be removed, it looked great. But when there's also a speaker on my stand, and there was something blocking it. So of course, when I removed that item from the speaker, it made the speaker look like it had no speakers. And like, that's just like a flaw, like not a flaw, but that's like something like, okay, like this thing ain't completely perfect, but it did do good when removing the bag. And of course, like I said, I've been using it. The refresh rate, or the response timing of the screen and everything is great. The overall phone so far is good. And of course, once I dive deeper into it and get, more out of it, like do more with it, I'll have a better review of this phone. But I can tell you, since I switched back to iPhone from Samsung and everything, uh, obviously my workflow for work and all that is going good because I do a lot of my stuff with iPhone. Like I have an iPad, I have my phone, and recording videos on my phone is a lot more convenient because it goes straight to my iPad and I can edit it from my iPad. Like I got DaVinci Resolve on there. I got Adobe Premiere on there. Of course, I can upload to TikTok, YouTube, everything from the iPad. So that's why I prefer to use an iPhone for, the main number because I do a lot of the vlogs and everything. And it's okay for me to use the secondary phone to be whatever it can be because, all I'm doing is mostly just my social media stuff with the wrestling podcast. But I do get notifications sent to my tablet as well, like my iPad and everything from the TikTok account. But, for this one to not ring all the time and to not be going off all the time, like the main number does, it's very convenient for me to have this phone because when I'm on here scrolling, doing research and all that, it's much more convenient because I'm not interrupted like I would be on this phone. Like right now, although I'm recording on it on the 17 Pro, I'm getting notifications like crazy. Like my boss has sent me a bunch of stuff this morning to all the managers and group chats and man, but that's why like, and then I get calls. I just got another call. Those spam calls just keep coming in. I'm like, ugh, it's crazy. I work for a phone company and I was getting spam calls like crazy. Then I switched to a bigger company for my services and I'm still getting spam calls like crazy. It's like, was the switch worth it? But anyways, but like I said, I'm going to see like the major differences in these phones going forward once I start doing more with both phones, like doing more recording, doing more of everything, editing and all that. Because I did try to download Adobe Premiere on this phone and it doesn't have it. So I downloaded CapCut, but of course with CapCut, you got to pay for certain features and all that. Versus in Adobe Premiere, you can do a lot of the things you can do a lot of things that you can do in CapCut for free on Adobe Premiere. So that's one downside to this. But of course, I could still download a lot of the other things like um, Blackmagic's camera. I got it on here. Of course, I got a lot of the same apps. Like I think a lot of my freaking Samsung apps transferred to this phone because I'm looking like, oh wow, I don't think I need Samsung Switch in here anymore. I don't need like smart things that was on Samsung. I don't need that. I will keep Google Translate. That's obviously going to be in the Google Pixel, right? But there's just some things I need to still go through and get rid of. But again, the first 24 hours of having this phone, and so far it is a good phone. I just can't wait to see what else I can do with it. And, I've officially gone through a whole week with this phone that I have here in my hand. Because, I have I have the 14 Plus being used on this phone and switched to the 17 Pro. Like some people say, you should have just got the Pro Max. I'm like, yeah, but, you know, I've had almost every single Pro Max. The only time I didn't have a Pro Max was like when I skipped the 15 and the 16 Pro Max. Like I kept my 14 Pro Max up until the beginning of this year. And I really wasn't going to get rid of that phone because it was a 1 terabyte 14 Pro Max. Battery life was still like at 91% after being used for like 2 years. And, 1 terabyte, that's amazing. Like who gets a 1 terabyte phone and lets it go? That thing was just amazing. I just love that thing for the convenience of having all that storage and everything was great on it. And, I'm not complaining about my 17 Pro. Like, it's a 256 and it's doing the job because I still got 2 terabytes of iCloud storage. I pay the $9.99 or whatever. And of course, on the Google Pixel Pro, I got the 256 model. Like, I was like, if I'm gonna do this, I might as well get the 256. And then of course, I paid for like 100 gigabytes of Google Drive storage, or whatever, which I need to go through and delete a lot of the videos because there's a big difference between the two services. Like, on my iPhone cloud storage, I haven't even used a terabyte yet. I'm still like in the low 300 gigabytes when it comes to my data storage. So, and that's with me sharing it with my daughters. Like, they have a lot of games and stuff, and they still haven't even cracked that either. It's like, wow, okay. So, we'll see how this goes with comparing the 17 and the Google Pixel 10. But so far, both really doing good. So we'll see where this goes from here, and I will keep y'all updated. But until then, guys, y'all stay safe. God bless and peace.